What's going on today? We are looking at one of the best sci-fi graphic novels that's come out this year. We're looking at Singelin's Frontier. All right, so this is actually the Kickstarter variant of Frontier. So it's got like this gorgeous, super cool slipcase edition. There are a ton of extras that came with this edition, and I even did some of the add-ons. So we're gonna actually take a look at those at the end because I really want to get into why this book is so good and show it off. So let's lay it down and take a look. This is the slipcase edition of Frontier by Guillaume Singelin. It contains 200 pages, and I must say these are some of the coolest, well-done end sheets I've seen around. I love these 3D cutaways of the spaceships and the actual characters themselves. Absolutely gorgeous. The pages themselves are matte finish and really great quality with really nice sewn binding. And on top of all that, you have a beautifully sewn in silver ribbon bookmark. And to top it all off, you have the silver gilding on the page edges, along with those signature magnetic press curved corners. So this sci-fi epic, and I'm going to call it an epic because it is spanning and it is super cool. It follows what happens when us as people reach that inevitability of our hunger for resources eventually will strip the earth dry. This story picks up when our technology finally gets to that point where we can reach the stars and really exploit those materials in a new frontier. This story follows three different characters: Jisoo, a scientist and kind of a developer of engines and rockets. We have Kamina, who is a mercenary, eventually is missing an arm and is just kind of battle hardened. And then you have Alex, who is an asteroid miner and was born in space and has never been to Earth. So you really follow these three individual stories as they're living their individual lives, each really with their own dreams and aspirations, and are really trying to reach for, pardon the pun, the stars. And as you're reading these stories, eventually, obviously, those paths really begin to cross. And as they pursue their dreams, they really begin to change course as they learn new things about the worlds around them and what their place in these worlds really are. And if they can really, truly actually make a difference, or if they're just going to be living this mundane life without affecting any real change for humanity. Like I said, these three characters are all on their own, and eventually their stories do intertwine when they each, in their own individual right, become upset with kind of the status quo and who they're working for and who they would like to be working for and how the politics and business in the universe they feel should be run. It is a wonderfully told story that eventually merges into one story, and individually wonderfully told stories, like I said, once they merge, become so much more than their parts. There's so much heart in this story, and the characters are deep, and they all have great motivations to go along with them. And what's great is, like any real good character out there, their characters change, they develop, they become new characters, and their motivations, their dreams, their aspirations all begin to change because of their surroundings and because of their circumstances and because they figure out what they actually truly want out of life. I gotta say, Singelin's art in this is just astronomical. I know I'm making a bunch of puns. You're just gonna have to deal with it. But his art is just crazy in that I rarely see this much detail go into any single panel, let alone an entire page. And it isn't just single pages here or there. Every time you flip the page, it is just gorgeous detail after gorgeous detail. Even these huge spanning panels that show them looking out into the stars, the emptiness of space, all the details around them when they're sitting there in their chair, the details of the characters. It is all there, along with the lighting, and the coloring of this book is just second to none. I know that some people may not like the chibi style that this is drawn in, but wow, does it work. It brings home how lovable these characters are and how cute some of these parts of the stories are, but it actually kind of serves a purpose to bring these very serious dilemmas that these characters face and kind of lighten the mood a little bit. Otherwise, this book would be really heavy the entire time. And along with these details that I mentioned, the color in this book is just phenomenal. When they go to different planets, different space stations, different areas, they all look very different. They all have different color palettes, and they all have different looks in how they're drawn, whether the space stations are extra worn or they're newer, or the planets are more desolate versus having more fauna. They all have very distinct looks, but they all fit into this universe so well. This book does stick to the very traditional panel structures where you're not having much flowing between the panels or anything like that. You're just strictly, for the most part, moving from panel to panel, bottom to top, left to right, all of that. So you're never lost. It's a very easy book to be able to pick up and read without having to use too much brain power in following where you're supposed to go. But I also think that's on purpose, because if you had to concentrate so much on following the panel structure, you would miss so many of the details that go into each of these panels. I absolutely adore this book, from the art to the story to the characters to Goku the monkey. Everything is just top notch, is so well done. Even though that the sci-fi trope of expanding and getting more resources and kind of the great space race to get to planets first so that companies can stake their claim to that planet's resources, that trope has been done before, but this book, bringing all these different perspectives and merging them together, really does it in an interesting and new way. And I do love that this book is actually very clean. It's not explicit in really any ways. So it does make it very accessible for the younger audiences. I don't think that anyone, probably in tweens or under, would really appreciate what this book is trying to discuss. But I think teens and up can all appreciate this book, which is why Frontier is my favorite sci-fi book that I have read in 2024. All right, so that was a quick overview of Frontier. Like I said, it is my absolute favorite sci-fi graphic novel that's come out so far in 2024. One of my absolute top favorite reads of 2024 also. Really good, really cool. So on top of that, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's actually a Kickstarter edition. So it came with a whole ton of cool stuff, starting with this amazing pin of Goku the monkey, who is a great little character in that story. It also came with this iron-on patch, super cool. And then we have, let's see, great little bookmark, like this soft touch, really nice quality bookmark here. And then here, let's see. Okay, we got the sticker sheet on here of all the characters, super cool. And then I love bookmarks. I showed you the other one, but this is one of my favorite things that Magnetic has been doing recently, is these die cut bookmarks that are like etched. They are just astronomical. No pun intended with the sci-fi book, but you know what? So cool. So cool. Look at that. You can like see through it. Oh, so cool. I love these bookmarks. I've been using them a ton as I'm reading, because they're just kind of like almost like fidgets for me to play with. Speaking of fidgets, also Magnetic's been doing this since like the beginning. They have like near 30 of these at this point, is these challenge coins, and they are weighty and they are super, super cool. And these are also a lot of fun to play with. And then exclusive, besides those add-ons to this Kickstarter, was the sketchbook of Singelin's art. Just so cool. So gorgeous. I love this art style. So this sketchbook is just so cool, and it's got like that soft touch feel on there, really nice. And then because this is a limited edition slipcase edition, it does come with the signed and numbered with that foil on there. Ooh, look at that. So it's got that insert, so I need to break out my glue and put this into my book. Here, I should do an overview, not an overview, just a how-to on how to actually like glue these in to books, because I get that asked a lot actually. So I should do that soon. Okay, so those are all great. But one really cool thing that Magnetic's also been doing, I keep saying one, they do a lot of cool things, but this is awesome. They have created miniatures of these characters that you can purchase as add-ons. Look at how cool that guy is. Really nice 3D printed resin. just the details on this is just so gorgeous. And then comes in an awesome box with the character art on there. Really cool. Really cool. So, but if that's not cool enough, having one of those, they have a second one of them, of this guy. Look at that. Like, so freaking cool. Oh, look at the detail on that. Man, just outstanding. And he actually does stand up on his own. This one's a little bit wobblier because he doesn't have a base, but with that lunchbox and his little chibi feet, he can still stand up. So, super cool. Oh, wait, no. There's not just two of them. There's actually, boom, 3 of them in here. Dang, look at that one. The like hacker dude. So cool. Just, it's just so awesome. So he's got the little like robot on the side there by him, like that grid, hexagonal type flooring. And then he's got his little like VR headset thing on. And oh, just, I mean, look at that. Like, look at all those cables and stuff. Just so much detail. And he's got a sweet box too. Boom. Really cool. I don't know if I'm going to try and paint these or not because I've never tried painting really anything before. So I don't know. Maybe I should just go for it. Watch a few tutorials online. Maybe I'll have to live stream it so people can yell at me or something and tell me how bad I'm doing at it, or give me, be helpful and give me tips on how to do it better. I don't know, who knows? But yeah, so if you are interested in Frontier, make sure to hit up Magnetic Press on their website. They might have some slipcases left over after fulfillment's all completed. For the Kickstarter, they might have, usually they have a few overages, from, buying extra for damages and things like that. So you might be able to score one that way. But the like trade paperbacks, I'm not normally into trade paperbacks, but dang, the trade paperbacks that Magnetic does for these books are just so cool. They have that like soft touch cover feel on them, and then they're the rounded corners even on the trade paperbacks. They are probably the highest quality trade paperbacks I've come across. They are just prestige format for trade paperbacks. Anyways, that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all those things. But the most important thing to do is comment. What is your absolute favorite Kickstarter or backer kit, or Zoop or Indiegogo, whatever crowdfunding campaign thing that you've partaken in? What is your favorite graphic novel that you, or comic, that you have backed and gotten that's been out there? Let us know in the comments. All right, I'll let you go. Take care. Stay cool.